If you talk about climate change, I cannot avoid to come back to the title of the album, the Travels in the Dustland. Where will the Dustland be then when the climate change is the Dustland, does it refer to this maybe?
I think the Dustland's here already, you know. I think the Dustland is something of a metaphor, you know. I mean, it's specifically talking, of course, about desert places, you know. And this, let's say, desert place where these songs take place is you know, a very American place. I mean, it's not just a generic desert, you know, in Australia or the Sahara or somewhere like that. It's an American desert. But the Dustland is not just something that's like a physical landscape, you know. It's also something that is, I guess, like an emptiness, a dryness of thought, a dryness of spirit, you know. I think it applies also to some of these things we were talking about before, you know, just people just not accepting basic responsibilities, you know, in the world, and you know, and trying to, you know, not recognizing that we are we're already in the Dustland. You know, it's not like we have to wait 100 or 200 years to get there. You know, the ideas of scarcity and ideas of you know, like environmental challenges and things like that, they're here now. You know, this is not something we're waiting to see happen. You know, we're experiencing it as we speak. You know.
That's true. Yeah, I was wondering. You said that some members in the group felt that maybe they didn't have what it took to deliver a new record now. Now the record is here. You delivered it. Do you feel now that there's already a next thing, or what did you feel drained? Did you feel with the record finished that this was everything you had?
I think we feel invigorated. Actually, I think we feel actually revitalized. I think it just, you know, some of, let's say, all of this discussion and you know, debate or whatever was going on, some of it seems rather silly now. I think I even sort of indicated that before, you know, when we finally literally walked into the studio the first day, things went so easily. It was a little bit like, why did we spend 3 years talking about this? But I think that was also, you know, in those 3 years, I think the material got better. You know, there was more, let's say, focus to what, let's say, we were even going to do musically. You know, I don't think we suffered from waiting so long. I think it actually was a better record than what we would have made in 2009, even if everybody had said, let's do it. So it probably all worked out good in the end. But yeah, I don't think we're going to wait another 6 years to do something. I think now we've got this thing back. We're communicating really well. We're ready to tour. People are excited about it, you know.
So there is actually a good balance between settling and living the musician's life. You found that maybe now.
I think so. I think everybody knows where the band, you know, in a way fits in their life now. And that it can, and that in this, let's say, in this present time, it can fit in their lives. So that actually, we did accomplish, you know, figuring that out. And nobody's trying to pretend it fits in the same way it did, let's say, in 1995, you know. But that doesn't mean we're not going to put everything into it when we decide to do something. And so we figured out a way to, I think, to balance a lot of that.
Just one last question. You live in Slovenia. When exactly did you move there? Was it?
I moved there quite a few years ago now. I moved there in 2002, so nine years ago.
So it was already before the last album?
Yeah. I mean, it was strange. You know, for the first years, it didn't seem to affect us much. Because there was still, like I indicated before, like a lot of momentum. We were just always moving forward. And so it just seemed like we were still moving forward. But I think this last time, you know, after 2005 and we did a little bit of touring in 2006, then it did seem to, also me being there was a problem, actually. You know, it did become, let's say, one of the issues that sort of kept it from moving forward.
And is this record now maybe also a little bit of nostalgia to the States? Or can I know?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I always dread the word nostalgia, but
sentiment, maybe, as you will.
That there is, you know, there is something about it that it was, maybe I was starting to feel just a little bit homesick, and, you know, they gave me a way to go inside that. I think there's some truth to that, you know. Again, I don't think I really realized that so much at the time, but once because the general idea was to write, I think, just about deserts. And then when I started to write about it, it was really about these American deserts. And it became very clear then that, you know, for whatever reason, I really needed to focus on America again with what I was writing. And that could be, you know, some feeling of just, you know, sentimental, you know, yeah, some sentiment. So probably you are correct.
Thank you very much for your time and interview.